about this beautiful mare. First of all, we want to tell you a little about this unique breed registry. This registry's only been around 20 years, but what makes it unique is that it's recreating a lost horse from 400 years ago called the Norman horse of medieval France. This was the medieval knight's charger, the conquistador's horse, and eventually it kind of died out. Well, they traced those bloodlines down. They found that it passed on through the Percheron of France and also through the Andalusian of Spain, and that by crossing those two horses out, they could recreate that lost horse and in the process create a brand new American sport horse. So the Spanish Norman horse moves very freely from the shoulder and hip, which allows for complete engagement, elevation, and extension, all traits which help her excel in the art of dressage. Dressage in French literally means training, and that is what it was originally used for, to train those mighty fighting horses for battle. They needed a horse that would move not only forward and backward, but also to the side or laterally. They wanted a horse that moved off of very subtle cues from its rider, so they appeared to share the same thought. Today we use it for almost all young horses as a foundation for no matter what discipline that they're doing. It creates a horse that's flexible and controlled, one that's very attentive to its rider. Now in a typical dressage arena, we'd have letters placed along the outside of the ring, and each rider has to ride the exact same test based on those letters. This helps the judge more accurately determine which horse and rider combination did the best job. Now we're going to tell you a little bit about what those judges are going to be looking for. If they're asked to make a circle at the letter E, for example, they want to see a round circle, not egg-shaped or oval. The horse should be bending through its neck, shoulder, and flank area, looking very soft and flexible. If they ask her to make a transition or a change of gait from trot to canter, for example, they want to see her pushing herself lightly into the next speed, not leaping forward. That's very nice. And they want to see her supporting herself. The same support needs to be found if they're doing a downward transition. They want it to look smooth. She should be supporting herself on her back end, not falling forward on that forehand. It's a very nice job. And they also want to see something called collection on the part of that horse. They want to see that she's taking all the energy in her body, bottling it up underneath her, taking her back and front end, collecting them up, putting them together. That's going to cause her to move with impulsion from behind, bringing the rear legs well up underneath the body and driving herself forward. When she does that, that's going to cause her to come into Allison's hands, into that bit and bridle. And it's also going to lift her back, which allows for more precision with stops and turns. Now the face should start becoming perpendicular to the ground or straight up and down, which again is a result of the mare pushing up into that bridle. She should be very light in Allison's hands. Now Allison doesn't get off easily either. She's got a big job up there. She needs to be very subtle with her leg and seat aids. So unless she's asking for a particular movement, you shouldn't see a lot of movement going on. She's also going to be very quiet with her hands. At upper level dressage tests, these riders will actually wear white gloves, and that draws the judge's eye to their hands so they can see just how quiet they are being. At the beginning and end of each and every dressage test, that horse and rider halts and salutes the judges. Well, today, that's you folks. So as they do their halt and salute, we'll ask, what do you think of Victoria Fox Run, the Spanish Norman horse, and Allison?